Big news for a Quad Cities company and its employees as Sivyer Steel announced today it's undergoing new ownership.
That is tonight's top story. A group of local investors bought the 109-year-old company for $6.5 million. It comes after the business declared bankruptcy earlier this year. Sivyer makes steel castings for industries like mining, the military, railroad, oil and gas. It's one of the largest steel foundries in the United States, and demand is climbing.
The uncertainty and the U.S. trade policy, and that's causing a lot of companies to take a hard look at their supply chain, and they're looking to resource at least a portion of their buy in the United States today.
And Sivyer contributes about $25 million a year into the local economy. Local 4's James Sears sat down with the new owners ahead of today's announcement, who says it's about more than just the financial benefits. James?
Jim, Tiffany, I first learned of this deal weeks ago and recently got the chance to take a look at why this plant means so much, not only to the local investors, but also the hundreds of dedicated employees.
It's an important part of Bettendorf. It's an important part of the Quad Cities.
At 109 years, Sivyer Steel is one of the oldest continuously operating steel foundries in the United States and the heart and engine of heavy manufacturing right here in the Quad Cities. CEO Mike Baxley took us on a tour inside the plant. We saw workers making parts for some of the biggest construction, mining, and military equipment out there. A difficult thing to do and do well.
The specialty that's in their product, and that comes from 100 years of tribal knowledge that's invested in the workforce. That's here and it's hard to replace.
It's what drew the Laurentian and Tinsman families to invest and to believe in people who are more than coworkers.
When you talk to the employees who actually work here, the ones on the line, the ones who are working in very hot and difficult conditions, I've never seen an organization with this many people act so much like a family, where they sort of had each other's backs.
Especially in the bad times. In 2016, the United Steelworkers Union agreed to a 10% cut in pay to keep the company and jobs alive.
Looking into everything, we believe that if that wouldn't have happened, they would have only probably had months to operate, and the plant could potentially have shut down.
And the gamble paid off. Today, the bargaining committee has already made 5% back, with a plan to receive the other 5% in the future.
A little bit of sacrifice went a long way.
I'm proud to be participating in making something good for the community, good for us, and long term. And it's important to me and my family.
And Sivyer is hiring. At its peak, there were almost 400 employees there. Tinsman tells me the hope is to triple sales in the next 2 years and expand that local family. We have a link to that information on our website, ourquadcities.com. In the studio, James Sears, Local 4 News.